Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Good morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. We're going to go over our XRP XLM DGB real quick because it's vital. There is another thing, Ahmed, and for everybody else who was wondering. So, with AGI, look what I drew out for AGI, guys. This is no surprise. We haven't covered AGI in a few days, but look where I said it was going to bounce. It went down a little lower than I thought to get support. But at the end of the day, it's going right where I said. So it's going to finish off that mild cup and handle. And this is what I kept saying, that pesky cup and handle on all of these. It wasn't worth the risk for me. If I could have bought AGI, yes, that would have been cool. 11%. DAG 10 or 9%, and look at how far off I had the rounded top. So I didn't miss it by that much, guys. That's not that big of a difference. You could see that it still had room to go from where I first started drawing it. So, because I told you could take that upward trajectory, and that was the whole point. Because if that's the left shoulder, it's got to create a neckline in the head. So I feel really good about what transpired. Because it validates the fact that we needed to go up a little bit, back to 35 or 35.5 with Bitcoin. It hasn't even got close to that yet, so I would assume it might bounce up a little bit more. But it did go up to that moving average. So, and it got pulled back real hard on that candle about 9 hours ago, which can be a sign of a reversal when it starts to get pulled back like that. But I was comfortable saying that it might have to move between the moving averages, and I made no bones about it. So XRP, this is where you have to decide, is it going to go past that moving average and make a run at 78 cents? To me, that we don't have the volume to support it. I still think we have to come back down to 30,000, and if we can bounce off 30,000, this is the thing. With Bitcoin, if we can bounce off 30,000 and hold support on that double bottom, or even if we go to 28,000, I think it could still be in play, or 28.7. As long as we bounce off that 28.7, or we double bottom off 30,000, because you could technically have a technical double bottom at 28.7 and 30,000 at Bitcoin. So if you bounce off of one of those two support levels, if you bounce off the 28.7, you would likely make another run up to about 36 or 37,000 in my opinion. If you can bounce off 30,000, I think you can make one more push to 40 before you have another drop, another flash drop. Can we get as low as we want? Who knows? Only time will tell. But what I can tell you is there's going to be significant opportunities to make profit. And I always tell you at these prices, I never tell you guys to sell this shit. I just put it out there and tell you when drops are going to happen. XRP is, after all, only at 66 cents now. It's not at $1.95. But at the same time, we're trying to keep our portfolios intact. So, I mean, not exactly sure what's going on with some of the people in the audience because Bitcoin's up 2.3%. If you would have went on AGI, going on AGI. But you would have to predict that it was going to go up 11%. I kind of did because I showed you exactly where I thought it'd bounce up. Granted, I didn't think it was going to go down AGI as far as it did to catch support. I thought it was going to stop around 16.3 roughly, and it ended up going down to about 15.2. So it made it for a little more profit. I thought it was going to go from 16.2 to about 19.1, and I made no bones about it. Look where I put the head. Because I thought it had to touch that resistance, because it's on a different pattern than the rest. It's different. It's not as old. So, and then we go to a few other ones, and everybody yesterday kept saying, when is XTC going to stop? When's XTC? Well, I told you it was rounding the top, and it can blow off the top as much as it wants, guys. So I'm not, we'll see what happens, but seems like it's rounding that top now. But I mean, it made a significant push up. And that's what you look for when you are riding something with momentum. That's why you try to get in before and not after. So XRP, see how it's looking in the 1 minute. Guys, I just wouldn't be touching these. It built terrible foundation on all this again. So no matter what it does, it always starts off on a terrible formation. In the 1 minute, it looks like it's going to try to come back down and gather some more steam. You know, around 66.6. But like with these moving lines, the 1 minute's not going to tell you anything. It will, but it won't. Now we've come way over the top when we pushed out. And these could be the head rounding off to a shoulder. But if you break it out into the 4 hour, it went up, no structure. Like I said, and on the way down, it was going to have to make structure. This looks like a right shoulder to me. Nothing more, nothing less. Can even go up higher than that, guys. No, nothing ever says that. It can even go up and double top. But the projection that we laid out, you know, and that was the top end projection for XLM if it decided to get some steam. We said it was more like, I took off the line, I apologize. We said it was more likely that it might only get back up to somewhere around here if it was going to make a run. But we also said that there was a possibility that you could tap 27.7. That's why the triangle is like that. One of the most overlooked things that I did all night was I had a triangle for XRP where it could break out. I had a triangle for some of these where they could actually break out to the up or down side. And for all intents and purposes, like that's what I did if we had a top end scenario for ZIL. I said it was improbable, but if that's a left shoulder, that's what I would expect to happen. So that's why I put these out there. That was just in case, and we're nowhere near that yet. But I was saying if we came up and made a run at moving averages, that would suggest to me that Bitcoin would have went up and made a run. And I had another one out, so you'd have to watch the video earlier, but it would have made a run at a double top, that's all. But with the volume coming in, it's not suggesting that we're even going to get that high. With the futures being closed and being able to move things faster, this doesn't signify to me that we're going to be on some big run. But look, I even did it for DGB. I put the triangle out. We're getting closer to the end of it. It's getting a little fudded up in here, but we play possible scenarios, guys. And looking at the one there, I showed you both ways it could go. If it touched down right there, it would go down to 3.6. If it did not, it would go up to 4.8. And we went exactly where I went to the top side. So you have to pay attention to what I'm showing, guys. So T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibite OG. If you're not in a position right now, I would stay put. If you're in a position, I wouldn't necessarily sell just yet. I would wait to see if this pattern wants to create one more level up. But if you are holding it and wondering when a time would be to get out of your positions, well, if you see Bitcoin do the bear cross again under 33.6 and look like it's going to push downward, well, that might be your time to, you know, exit ship, especially if we come under this lower moving average that we're trying to use as support because we're touching resistance and we're getting slapped a little bit by the 100-day moving average. So, but the 10 days up and down, the 50 days underneath, the 200 days above, but it's fastly falling, guys. As you remember a few days ago, the 200 was right at 39,998. Now the 200 days right around 35.6. So it's limiting our move. So I keep saying it could always come up and touch, but that double top's looking less and less likely with a declining moving averages. So stay true, stay blessed. If you want to donate, links in the description. If you want to join Tom's Army, I highly encourage it. Hashtag be better, do better. Don't be a dickhead. And one love. Hashtag Bob. Voila, Tom. Is it true what I heard? You bought a Bob? Oh, guys, you got to see this. I bought Bob. It's a solar powered Bob. I'm gonna show you guys before I get off of here. I'll do like I always do, right through my camera. fuck. I bought a solar powered Bob. The whale's gonna get him. The shark's in the water. So that's our mascot, Bob. Well, Tom, damn it, Tom. That's not what I look like. I don't know, Bob. Well, stay blessed, everybody. Cut this shit. Cut the show.